On the 1st of November 1998, and that was my team there. And as you can see, that little man there, it's right at the back there. Started with me years back, still with me, and became one hell of a technician as well. Alright, one of our first jobs, as Green will know, he was in the SAPD in Ooghies when I started. That's the OTK. I think they run under Afgri or Interland or whatever the case may be. And that was one of our first jobs that we did as they, at that time, Mpumalanga velddienste en omheinings, which is a mouthful. Alright, we carry on. That's more locally here in Middelburg. It's just a carport that we needed to close down. Of course, breaking into businesses. We also worked in Johannesburg. That was a house which is quite an angle, and you can't really see that, but if you look at that gate, you'll see it at an angle, and we try to, that gate's not square, but it's built like that to run up and down, and you can't see that there's an angle on the road as well. And there we started off, years back. I still got that trailer, it just looks a little bit different. And we really believed in advertising. That was one of the first things I've known about business is you need to advertise. Then we started working on the mine. This job specifically turned me away from mines. I never went back. I was just starting my business and I nearly failed. It was they not paying me, taking 3 months to pay me 80,000 rand. So I decided I will never work for a mine again. I went away from industry and I concentrated on housing, local people, local business, and keeping away from mines. Alright, there's our first fence. And advertising started very early. I did a lot of shows those days. Drove up and down, used my dad's caravan, stuck it full stickers, and we promoted our company. There's one of our first boards. Yeah, it's nice to look back. And it's thanks to Marnus, who's doing my website. I went back and I took out all my old photos, just took a picture and did something on my phone. And I was able to put it on the screen as well. So, there's our new business. About 3 years back, I was introduced to BNI via Jonty from Sinorama. And with that, I met Christu. And then I started at the chamber, and I also became an EXCO member at the chamber, and I was lucky to got known about this little business there, that little shop that went open, and I moved my business there. One of the biggest moves I made, and one of the best moves I made. It's in the main road, it's next to the grass, a lot of people, a lot of customers, so it was a good move for us about 3 years back. Advertising, like I showed you, very important to us. We bought all the designs. There was our team about 3 years back. Also some advertising. And everything moved along. I'm just running through the photos. I want you guys to go outside. It was our first promotion, and then our branding changed. I love change. Believe in change, and I hope you got it right, because it's an expensive thing to do, is to rebrand. But we bought new vehicles, we rebranded them, and we believe that's part of our success. Is the advertising that we do, our branding of our vehicles, being professionals, or professional. And we joined in some other advertisement. Joining with pizza people, helping them, providing with gazebo, get some free advertising out of that. And then our newest logo, thanks to Marnus. Marnus, thank you so much. And that logo you will see is now also, that board is up at the MHS, Middelburg High School. And that was where the planning started last year in November. We built that whole installation, did the measurements, and last week we was able to finish it up with some nice designs. It's quite an expensive project, but I think at the end of the day it will be worth our while. We also sponsored the under-16 team that became the first team in 100 years at MHS to win the Super 20 or Super 16 or whatever. They were the first team to win it. They didn't lose one game that year. That was last year. And there's my little naughty boy over there. I'm much more attractive, I know. I don't think he's the mailman's boy. And he's also taller than me. So, now. So we like to give back. There was a shooting for Miku, our team, me, myself, and also my son Vincent. I need to wear a hat to be as tall as he is. Some of our latest jobs that we've done, that's on a farm. And as you can see, even though it's on a farm, the neatness of our work will never stop. And that's thanks to James. That's why he's also my manager. He's been with me more than 12 years. And I can be very proud to have him as one of my team members. Some of the work we did at Transport, the access control. That's a 12, now a 13 meter gate, 13.4 meter gate. That gate was built on the measurement that the farmer gave to us. So don't believe in farmers, they don't know how measuring tape works. So we built it on 12 meters, 2 6-meter gates on a trailer, went out there about 50 kilometers from Middelburg, and James had to make that gate 1.4 meters longer on site. Okay. There's another one of 12 meters, and if anybody knows about steelwork, they will actually know how difficult it is to build a gate like that. It's not so easy. Here's the track for that same 12-meter gate. A fence outside. This customer, I think we did 4 fences for him. Started out with one small little fence, fixing his dad's fence, who never worked for about 12 years. They were quite impressed, and we now finished about 3 weeks back with our 4th fence for the same client. There's a fence in Belfast. Everything must be level, so we work with our track being level and then build the ground up to work towards our track. We don't do it the other way around. Our tracks needs to be level, so we work from there. This is some of our work, also at Belfast, and then it's always advertising, free advertising. Okay, we do solar as Zander, but on a different level. We solarize our gate motors, energizers and stuff like that. Whereas Zander is more into power saving for houses, buildings and stuff like that. As I said now there can be interface between companies within BNI. We do small scale solar. Slatted door on the woodens is a small and single door, wooden door. Also the same client, we did his fence, we did his grass doors, his automation, and it just keeps on going. He's still revamping his house. Right, before, during, after. Okay. That's Johannes, your afdak, just opposite the road. You're more than welcome to ask him to go and have a look. I don't think the wind has blown it away yet.
Still standing.
Still standing, thank you, Johannes. And we do have fun sometimes. This is our latest year-end function. James and his kids. The wild one there in the middle. Very wild. Yolandi, Futa, Elton, and Tian. He was also a training technician with us for about 6 months. He had his last day last week on Friday. His dad came and spoke to us and said that his studies is not going on as they wish, and they would like him to stop. So we gladly said yes. We carry on studying first, and we'll try and get something to do for him later again. A very nice chap. I'm sorry to lose him. This is also my son, James's wife, the better side, I think, James. What did you say?
No comment.
No comment. Okay. And also using advertising everywhere we go. Out of sight, out of mind. On, as you can see there, on Province, I think we won that game 40-something against the Lions. So we got some Lions supporters here. One of the better days. Alright, and that's that. As we can quickly go outside, just for a few seconds, I just want to run through our stuff. You can see this is basically our range. I'm going to start from the one side. We do different makes and models of gate motors. We prefer the Centurion brand. And then close second is the ET brand, which they developed quite nicely. They also made it as a LCD display, which the customer and also the technician can do much more with. Then our locally made cages, because we live in South Africa. So we replace the Gemini cover with a cover like this, and then we add the anti-theft bracket, and then it's as close as 99% you cannot steal that motor. We even cover the bracket in the front, so we clicked all the boxes. And then on the Centurion motor you will see this is the standard cage. Then they use only a kitchen knife and they cut it open, they take the battery out. And then it will cost you a call out, a battery, a new cover, it's 1,400 Rand. So what we do is we build our own anti-theft bracket, used theirs and just made it better. Okay. Then we've got outside perimeter beams. And as we said, I spoke to Peter in the week that passed, and looking at our strong points, we've got a lot of service exchange units available. So a new board like this will rock you 1,600 Rand, yeah, unfortunately. And then we've got a service exchange for about 600 or 800 Rand, which will have a guarantee of 3 months, so you can also use that. And we do service exchange boards and service exchange units on all makes and models of gate motors, from Gemini out to DTS, you name it, and also on garage doors, motors, and garage door panels. So if you've got a client that's got a problem with any electronic device or security device on his premises, we can help him within 48 hours. Some of our remote systems, and then the system that Yolandi spoke about last week, our GSM Ultra Speak, that only takes a SIM card and you can install it anywhere you like. Some small solar panels that will drive a system like that, and electric fencing. We do small to large, as you saw, electric fencing. Small little dog fences for people who have very expensive gardens and they would like just to put a small little fence around it to keep the dogs out of the garden. You can also do that. And we do have a video intercom system. So if you have no view on your gate, you can do something like this, and if somebody rings your bell, you can actually see who is at the gate. And then lastly, we work hand in hand with Fritz and them on our CCTV camera systems. We only do the normal wire system, not the IP systems on cameras. So that's our range, or some of our range, that we provide at our office in 292 Walter Sisulu. Please go and make a turn there, and Yolandi will gladly help you to know more about our products. Thank you so much.